I think when I realised that no matter how hard I swam, I couldn't propel myself in the direction that I wanted to go in, that's when things got a little bit frightening.
I guess the best place to start would be to sort of describe where this whole journey began, your whole journey of overcoming this sort of fear of the ocean. So if you want to take us back on a journey through time to where this started for you.
Okay, well, I guess we'd be looking back towards about 1984, 85. And at that stage, my first partner and I used to like going to Cornwall. So we used to pinch his dad's caravan and drive down from Gloucester to St Ives and park up and just stay in St Ives and go around the Cornish coastal path and stuff. We were both very young. I mean, I was probably about 23, 24, so stupid. And just one day we went swimming in one of the bays in St Ives, and I don't know what happened. I guess looking back, it would have been something like a riptide maybe, that just, I mean, I was tiny then, I was only about 8 stone.
Which in kg is how much?
Oh, God knows.
Not much.
About 60, no, not even that, maybe less than 60k. And it must have just grabbed me because I couldn't actually get back to shore. And it was taking me out towards a whole load of rocks, and I knew I was in trouble, and I couldn't do anything about it. Philip obviously saw that I was struggling and not able to get back from wherever this thing was taking me, so he managed to jump in and get out to where I was. And dragged me back to shore.
Describe, like, when you were out swimming, at what point did you realise, shit, this isn't going so well, and what was going through your mind from that point onwards?
I think when I realised that no matter how hard I swam, I couldn't propel myself in the direction that I wanted to go in, that's when things got a little bit frightening. So I mean, it all happened very quickly. It was, no great huge drama, but potentially it could have been curtains, which I didn't actually even think about at the time, because I just got back to shore and then we just went off and did something else during the day. Never really thought about it.
Just had some more beers and then went swimming again.
But I did not get back into the sea after that. Yeah, I mean, despite living in Wellington and having access to all these bays, even though I would go to them, I wouldn't dream of getting in the water and swimming.
And describe that feeling. Up until that point, was the ocean just simply a no-go in your mind?
No, it wasn't a no-go. It's just something that I'd not thought about doing. So I can't remember when we actually did the first one, but I remember walking down here with I think there were 4 of us, and I mean, it wasn't particularly warm and it was quite windy, so the ocean wasn't calm at all, but it actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. So I think the challenge was actually more in my head than actually getting on and doing it. And because I was with a group, there was also a number of different things pushing you towards actually achieving that. So one, you didn't want to look like a big pussy and not do it. There was also the thought, well, I need to do this, I want to do this, and I'm going to do it. Had to hold hands in a circle and then just dunk ourselves under the waves, which I hadn't even thought that we would do something like that. So that was good.
Previously, this drowning incident, what did you say, 1980s?
Oh, it would have been about 84, 85.
And since that point, you hadn't really fully immersed yourself in the ocean?
No way. I'd not been in the ocean at all. As I say, I'd swam in pools, normal swimming pools, and the odd lake in Britain and then here in New Zealand.
So this is about 35 years later,
I guess.
roughly.
Yeah.
You decide that bugger it.
Well, no, I didn't decide. It wasn't something that I suddenly thought, oh yes, I want to jump into the ocean. Being with other people, I think, made a big difference, because it's not something I would have done. Or maybe I would have, I don't know. I don't think so, though. You think I've been in Wellington since 2003 and I've never done it. So even having this all available to me, I'd never actually considered actually doing it.
So the element of having a group supporting you was definitely something that enabled...
That would have been the main reason that it was actually going to happen and did happen.
Yeah. And then after the ocean immersion, how was the feeling initially afterwards, but then long term? Did it sort of change anything, or did your view of embracing challenges change?
No, it was a good feeling, and the fact that I know I can actually do this on my own is cool. Because we need to get out and do stuff, don't we? So, and we've got access to such amazing scenery and beaches. We really need to make the most of it. So. I guess first of all, try and identify why you don't want to do something or you avoid doing something. And if you can do that on your own mentally, then that's part of the challenge. I think one of the keys to success, which was clear here, was to actually utilize other people's energy, basically, to actually make you do things. Because I very much doubt I would have ever done this on my own. So doing it with other people's participation and enjoyment actually was the key. That's what made the difference and made it happen. Yeah.